What's going on, y'all? We back at it with another video. I'm gonna try to stay consistent with these. So let's just hop into it. The more healed you are, the less you tolerate. Let's just break down the first part. The more healed you are. Now, the reason why that part is so important is because when you are in, let's just say this, right? When you are in a room and the door is shut and there's no windows, there's nothing that allows you to see beyond the walls, right? There's nothing transparent enough for you to see through it, right? Nothing. Or translucent enough, right? If you never leave that room, that's all you see. That's all you know, right? I mean, you can feel it, right? You can put a gaming system in there, right? You could put a lounging chair, you could put a bed, you can mix it around and put a lounging chair over there and a pool table over there. You could switch it up, put a big TV and a barbecue, right? You could just switch up the layout. But all you know is those four walls. That's it. That's all you know, no matter how much you dress it up. That's all you know. The space is going to stay the same. The only difference is going to be your perception, right? Whether that be physically, right? You switch up the room, or mentally, you have to perceive it different. You know it's the same size. You know it's the same room, same size of room. But because of the things in it, and the size of it and where it's located in the room and how it's situated, it's different. So mentally, you can perceive the room different. Physically, you're literally, if you step to your right, or in the cameras to your left, you step to your left, right? You might step on carpet. If you step to your right, you might step on basketball or something. You switch it up, it's something different, right? But until you walk out that room, or until there's a window, or until you see something beyond those four walls, that's all you know. So in a sense of boom, right? If you're healed, the more healed you get, right? The more, let's just say you slip and you fall, right? Because it's a new set of the rooms, right? It's a new layout of the rooms, right? Right to your left was a couch. Now it's a bed. Let's say you tripped on it. You hit the wall, boom, you break a hole. Now, if you bend down and you get all the debris out of it, right, all the stuff, all the wall stuff out of it, right? You look through, you can see outside. You're gonna grow so fast. You're gonna grow so much more fascinated with what's outside in there, outside the little hole you just made, right? Let's just say it's a little hole, right? That little hole you just made. Then the room, then the space, or the amount of the amount of view you have of the room. You're gonna grow more fascinated with what you can see out of this than with the room that you're familiar with. Now, granted, that's key, right? That's a key thing. But at some point, if something else, if what you see outside of that little hole does not change, if it doesn't change, you're going to associate the same feeling, the same mental cage, the same mental complacency, right? The same mental stagnation is in the room as you see throughout the whole. Now, to bring this back into healing, if you heal, but you only heal to a certain extent, and you never go past this, you're always going to tolerate whatever it was that was prior to. Do you see how I just brought that full circle? Let's say you get out of a breakup, and because this person was unfaithful, you get out of the relationship because they cheated. That's your conscious, you're consciously aware of why you got out of the relationship, and that's why you think it is. Or that is why your reason is, right? Because this person cheated. So you heal, right? You do your, right? Okay, I gotta love myself again, right? I gotta, build my confidence back up, whatever, whoop, right? Or just whatever, trust issues. But you're only gonna heal to a certain extent. And the reason is because you don't have the ingredient. Same way as in the door or as in the little hole, you only have that much. But if you had the key to unlock the door, or if you had a big enough hole, you could see more, right? So if the reason why you got out of the relationship is because you cheated, or not you cheated, sorry, yo, it's because the person was unfaithful and they cheated on you, you're going to be stuck at a level. But if the reason why you got out of the relationship is not because this person cheated on you, but because of what it brought out of you, then you now have a whole new outlook. Instead of just a little hole, right? And the four walls you have, right? And the different, position, the different layouts of the room, you can now open and go into the hallway. Now you can explore. You can explore so much further if you look at self than if you look at somebody that you don't want to be with, somebody that you don't trust, somebody that you don't respect, somebody that all these other things, right? Because they did this to you. You can do so much more if you look within than if you look out. So kind of just, you know what I'm saying? Understanding that whole point. Now, that's the healing part, right? The more you heal, the more you find out, the more you explore, the more walls you make, right? Go from here to there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. And you have so much more. So the more you explore, the more holes you make in that confined space, the more space you make where you can explore. So if you point fingers at this person because they were unfaithful, you can only heal to this. But if you point fingers at you and see what is now missing, you can now go here, 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 and keep going. Because it's you. You're building you. You're healing you. How can you have a cap? It's you. Anyways, now going to the tolerate part. I know that was a long little tangent, my bad. But I just had to break that down so you guys really understand. So the tolerating part is easy. So the more healed you are, the less you tolerate. Now, the reason why the less you tolerate is you teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. You teach, you show, you express, you verbalize, you physically show how you teach people, aka show, how to treat you, how to act towards you, how much effort they have to give you, how much effort you require, how much respect you require, how your time is valued, all these other things, right? How to treat you, right? How to value you by what you tolerate, aka allow, which aka let slide, aka don't say nothing, aka let disrespect go unchecked. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. The more healed you are, the less you tolerate. So the more you, in the sense of you teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. AKA, in other words, you show people how to value you by what you let slide. Yeah. So, if before in this relationship, bringing it back to the example, right, is if you got you got into a new relationship after said found healing, right? You work on your self-worth, your opinion of self, right? Your confidence, right? Your trust issues, right? You work on your trust within self. You work on your discernment. You work on your decision making, right? You become clear in the head. You work on your thoughts. You work on your thought process. You work on your thinking. You work on, right, all these things. You get into another relationship and this person starts to do some things, right? That your last partner, your last relationship, that person showed. But because you weren't right here, you weren't mentally attuned, you weren't internally in tuned, emotionally tuned, mentally tuned, physically in tuned, right? Spiritually in tune with self, you let it slide. You might have been aware, but you let it slide because, oh, this person potential, right? Let it slide. But now, in this new relationship, because all this healing you've done, because you didn't point fingers at the person and the fact that they cheated or were unfaithful, you pointed fingers at you and was like, okay, I wasn't unfaithful, but this person was. What am I lacking now that this person's out of my life? What am I lacking now that I don't have this person's love? What am I lacking now that I don't have this person's attention? What am I lacking that I don't have this person's help? What am I lacking that I don't have this right? Because you could have been codependent. A lot of people don't know this word. A lot of people know codependent, and a lot of people know independent. I want you guys to know, to listen, whoever's listening, I want you guys to look up the word interdependent. When you look up that word and you talk about a healthy relationship, look at that and look if that was ever you. And you should start there. See what I'm saying? Now, boom. Now, kind of moving forward. So if you were in that last relationship, you were gonna let those red flags slide. You weren't gonna stop, have a conversation, right? You weren't gonna be like, hey, yo, what's going on, right? What does this mean? What does that mean? Why'd you do that? You're not gonna ask questions. You're gonna let it slide. Or you're oblivious, right? You're ignorant, naive, whatever, right? It slides. You get cheated on. This new relationship, because of the healing, this person starts doing this, starts going to sleep at 8 p.m. and you know this person be up. You know this person be up. They didn't do nothing the whole day, and then all of a sudden they go to bed at 8 p.m. And then they wake up at 5 a.m. talking about, I love you. You didn't do nothing the whole day. And then you know what I'm saying? Whatever, boom. You pick up little patterns or whatever, right? Whatever, just a little something, right? And now you can exit out of that. You can, or not even exit. Sorry, excuse me. That's right? If nothing changes, right? But you stop. Hey, yo, what happened? You didn't do nothing the whole day and you just slept at 8 p.m. and you woke up at 5. Okay, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm not questioning, right, what you're saying to me. But just wholeheartedly, that doesn't make sense to me. How could you not do nothing the whole day and you fall asleep at 8 p.m.? You know what I'm saying? Like, so boom, you pick it up, healed. You're consciously aware. That doesn't make sense. My emotions set aside. Yes, I like you. Yes, I'm really attracted to your mind, all this. We click, chemistry, compatibility, all this. But this one thing right there, you know what I'm saying? You stop. Boom, stop the job. Boom, type thing. So you get that? That's the tolerate part. So the more healed you are, the less you tolerate. In a nutshell. Hope everybody, whoever, you know what I'm saying, watching this kind of understands what that is. Kind of on a time crunch. So if we need a part 2, you need anything, drop a comment, you know what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys got any other more topics, anything you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, let me know. Drop a comment, hit me on the gram. Everything's in the description. It's also, go to my YouTube page. It's in there too. The links is in there as well. So hope everybody have a great day, a blessed day. And don't block your blessings, second guessing on good things. A good life still has bad days too. And keep stuff private till it's permanent. And I'm gonna catch you on the next one.